Many unemployed people in this country who say the older you are, the harder it is to get back into the workforce. Here's KUSI's John Soderman with the story.
Lisa Strickland is over 45 years old and is now on her second stint on the unemployment line. Check out her resume and you see that she has many years of experience in the communications field. Before that, she was an emergency room nurse. But Strickland's present career situation is on life support because while she is very articulate and even speaks Italian, she says she can't get a job. The reasons, she says, include her age and the fact she's been unemployed for so long. As a result, she says,
I am the new face of poverty. I'm someone who presents well, speaks two languages, has a wealth of experience in marketing and PR, and I've been unable to get a job. I live in the worst state in the union, the state of poverty.
Economists say the number of people over 45 who've been unemployed for over a year has quadrupled since 2007. And word is employers view those people as damaged goods.
Do you feel you're discriminated against because you are unemployed?
I do think that employers discriminate against people that have been out of work, or at least, make it quite obvious that, unemployed need not apply.
Do you feel that you are discriminated against because of your age, that you're over 45?
I used to, I'm not a victim. There was a time when I didn't believe in age bias, but after hearing a lot of stories and talking to many people and doing the research, yes, indeed, I do believe age bias plays a large part in why people over 45 aren't getting jobs.
But Strickland minces no words in her criticism of what she calls unfair hiring practices of employers when it comes to dealing with people over 45 years old.
Employers are largely to blame with their protracted interview and unfair hiring practices. Employers are hiring on the basis of a perfect match to an over-exacting set of rigid criteria instead of hiring on the basis of ability to do the job.
Have you exhausted all of your life savings?
Yes, I have.
How scary is it?
John Soderman, KUSI News.
People over 45, an average of 26 months to get back into the workforce. Right now, President and CEO of Manpower San Diego, Phil Blair, is joining us. Care to say anything about that interview there? She obviously got very emotional at the end.
She did, and she has, valid reasons to be emotional. It's tough out there, and I don't want to ever make it sound simple, but we have to keep a very positive, upbeat attitude in watching that segment. I mean, she feels she's in that category that's heard no so many times that you almost see people sit down in an interview and go, okay, let's get this over with. You're going to tell me no like everybody else did,
right.
So just get it over with. And we see that in HR. We see that negative, given up, defeated attitude. Is it hard to get your energy up? Is it hard to be on your game interview after interview? Yes, it is. The good news, if she's been going on interviews, then she's got the right criteria on paper. She's got the right education, experience. She's getting interviews. So we need to work with her on effective interviewing so that she brings her excitement and enthusiasm for the job and for going back to work out.
What do you think
hard.
It is hard, yes. What do you think the problem is, though? She's blaming the employers. Some people say it's the age, over 45. What do you think it is?
If I have a job opening, I want the best qualified candidate I possibly can get.
Most people think that way?
Well, you have to. I mean, you don't. My livelihood, if I'm an owner of a business or a manager of a department or in HR, my career is based on making good hires and getting the best candidate out there.
Sure.
So sometimes it does take a long time to make a decision, or candidates aren't right. Or sometimes we start interviewing and then the job description changes some. They realize, oh, we need more experience here after talking to people. So that does happen. It is long and drawn out sometimes. But in protection of my business and to succeed, I have to have the best candidates I possibly can. And in those cases, I don't care if they're 25 or 45 or 65. If they show me they're the right person for that position at my company, I will hire them.
Now, if they're over 45 and they have been working, but they're not happy in the workplace, and they want to do something that they've always wanted to do, they want to take that risk, is that a good idea?
It's easier to get a job when you have a job. I think one of the comments she made, and we use the word stale, if you've been out of work 6 months or longer, then there's a concern there of why that is, because that's atypical. So we as an applicant have to show HR why that is and why I'm still on top of my game. I've been taking classes, I've been using the internet, I've been learning new technology. I am as fresh and excited about going to work today as I was 6 months ago.
So what's the best advice, rather, excuse me, that you
Enunciate
can
clearly is an important part.
I know, that you could offer up to people like the woman that we just saw in the interview?
Just in the segment I saw, she felt defeated to me, like she had almost given up. In my example of tell me no, like everybody else is going to. She had an opportunity on big TV station to say, here are my skill sets. Here's what I do. I'm really good at this. I will make a great employee to anybody in the customer service business, the tourism business, or the so-and-so. So if you manage a hotel or you have a something,
and she
I'm
did
the person.
that. Well, she did that a little bit. She said, I'm bilingual. You know, I've worked this job and that job for many years. I'm qualified. So she said that a little bit. But obviously, I don't think she came onto our show just to get a job. She has to really focus and put all her efforts forward when she's sitting down one-on-one with the company who's interviewing her. So what exactly does she need to do? Because there's more people out there that are like her.
Well, she clearly needs to do that. But she had a wonderful opportunity right here.
Yeah.
And sort of paraphrased, she said, and I speak 2 languages instead of, and I'm bilingual with Spanish.
Right.
And 50% of the jobs in San Diego County, Spanish speaking is helpful
So
for.
energy has a lot to do
So
with
that
it.
if I'm watching this going, what is her name? I want to contact her.
Right.
I've got a position for her.
Yeah.
But I realized she wasn't here. She should have, if I were working with her, said, use this opportunity to talk about your skills.
Maybe she needs to call you.
Yeah, she should. Call me. I would be happy to work with this lady because I understand where she's coming. And it is very hard, and especially at the very end.
But energy is
when you're
really
out of sync.
important. Yeah?
It is extremely important. You
Okay.
have to sell me you want the job. Right? Not I'm willing to take it.
Sure.
Tell me you want the job. In the interview with, I'm excited about this company, I'm excited about this job. How do I show you I really am the right person for this job?
Great advice.
Thank you.
Thanks so much, Bill. See you next week.
Okay.